Hi, my name is Daryl Phillips, owner of Noir Apologia Gaming, and today we're going to discuss how to fill your house. Like, subscribe, share, follow. All the links are below. Hit the bell for notifications for more content. Go to bipolarize.net to find out what we're really about, what we really do here, how we try to help people with mental illness, people that are homeless, people that are just generally down on their luck, people that maybe the world has forgotten. So you guys ready to fill your house? Come on, let's go. So you've learned the basics of cleaning your house. Now we need to start replacing furniture. Anything that you're throwing out, for example, what are you going to do? Just not have a couch? You're not going to have dishes? You have to learn how to slowly replace things, right? It doesn't happen overnight. And to be honest with you, it's almost as tedious as anything you can imagine, just because how do you choose? What are you choosing? How are you choosing it? So I'm going to show you how to replace the things that are negative with things that are positive. I'm going to show you how to get to know yourself, how to believe in your abilities, and most importantly, I'm going to show you how to keep positive while doing this. So you guys ready to fill your house? Come on, let's go. So check this out. The entire purpose of this step is to replace the things that you have went back and checked on. In other words, your past is useful. However, continuing to think on negative things is bad. So as you're doing this, you're also really doing the second step as well. Because think about it. You have a house that's empty. So you've cleaned your house. Well, guess what? Houses will get dirty even if you don't touch them. You have to fill your house and continue to clean your house. Does that make sense? So in other words, your house might have been nasty, dirty, and awful. In my case, my house was condemned by the police. No one would have lived in that house. So I had a lot of cleaning to do. But you still have to clean your house every day to make sure it doesn't get like that again. So you still have to reinforce that. But what do you reinforce it with? The negative thoughts? No, it's with positive thoughts. Okay? Now, there are two lines of thinking here that people have, that people teach. There's my line of thinking, which we will certainly cover in a second. And there's this other line that just throw away your past. Just forget about the bad things that happened. The problem with that is, if you're actually going to throw away the things that happened to you that were bad, you didn't learn anything. It's not a good process. I'm telling you right now. Okay, so the idea of using your past is basically what you're doing is you're sifting through it so that you can take the pieces that you know were wrong so you can do something different. You understand? Take, for example, myself. You can take any one of the things that I talk about, maybe one of the stories I say. I had to analyze all of it. Why did Daryl start drinking? Why did Daryl start prostituting? Why did Daryl start not caring about anything? Okay? Just take those ones. There's so much more than that. But take those ones. I had to figure out how to fix it because my now was bad. So no, you cannot ignore your past. Because if you do that, your now is going to still be bad. And what is the point? So you need to start to get to know yourself through this process. Do you understand? When you're digging up your past and you're trying to figure out who you are. See, in my case, I didn't know who I was. And so it took a long time to get this right here and get this right here. Well, guess what? As confidence builds up inside you, you're going to start to know yourself without prompting from someone else that knows you. To be honest with you, other people are not going to know you as well as you know yourself, even when you're messed up in the head. In my case, I knew things about myself, but I just couldn't quite get it together. Do you understand what I'm saying? As you discover different pieces of yourself, you need to start to like yourself and eventually, hopefully, fall in love with yourself, but not too much in love. You don't want to be arrogant and that kind of thing. In this particular case, that confidence is going to be starting to grow inside of you. Well, you should like the things you're doing. And unfortunately, a lot of people aren't going to notice it at first, which is going to make you not like yourself some days. Some days you'll like yourself. Generally speaking, you need to start liking yourself a lot more than you used to. So for example, when I told you in the last video that I was trying to decipher between good and bad, and I consider my good bad. Well, check this out. Those things that I used to loathe about myself, I absolutely love about myself. The things that I told you guys about. My smarts, my ability to remember things, my ability to teach people, my compassion towards people, even in the face of danger, my ability to help a person, even though it may be to my own detriment. All of these things I used to hate. Now I love about myself, by the way. So get to know yourself and begin to like who you are. And don't let other people tell you that. As you're filling your house with these good things, you need to start believing your own words and back them up with action. The thing is, what ends up happening is we tell ourselves something good and then we replace it with a negative thought or we allow someone else to affect our way of thinking. Remember, this is not about the other people. This is about yourself. You're changing yourself. Yes, you don't want to do this by yourself. However, no matter how much somebody else may believe in you, you must believe in yourself. It means nothing, and nor is it going to work if you can't even believe in what the person is saying. For so long, Sophia told me and believed in me, even though I didn't deserve it, even though I couldn't see anything because of my own darkness inside my head. It wasn't until I started really seeing what I was doing, not just the words out of somebody's mouth. I always tell people, please do not blow sunshine up my butt, as it were. I don't want to hear what makes me feel good. I want to hear the truth. If I'm bad at something, I need to know it so I can try to change it. It does me no good, and it does the person helping you no good to lie. Don't tell me something to make me feel better. Tell me something so that I can change it. I demand from my friends that they tell me the truth at all times. If I think that they're trying to blow smoke up my butt, I don't want to trust them then. How do we gain? If you lie to me about what I'm doing and I make a mistake, that's as much on you as it is on me. And it's on me for trusting you. So don't lie to me. If you think that I'm doing something wrong, you need to tell me. Will I not like it? Sure. Nobody likes to be wrong. You can be assured that I always think about what people say, even if it takes me a couple days. Trust me. And it didn't used to be that way. I used to reject all advice. So filling it with good things was a joke to me because I didn't have any good inside me. So I thought. And that's the way I thought. How could you see good in me when I was drunk? Sophie did. See, it's not just about at a certain level to see good. You have to see a person's potential. You have to see your own potential even when you're still doing bad stuff. Do you understand? So believe in your abilities. Believe in your ability to change. Watch what you're doing, not just what you're saying. Watch what you're doing, not just what they're saying. Whether it be negative critique or positive critique, it's all supposed to be for your benefit so that you can be a better person, so that you can finally feel good about yourself if you have issues like I do or did. As you're going through this process, there's going to be days where it's real hard. There's going to be days where you go, I can't do this. There's going to be days that you're not going to see truly how far you're getting. That's why having your advisor there, giving you courage, giving you hope, showing you that yes, you have. I can't tell you how many times Sophia has talked to me out of just sadness because she will remind me, Daryl, you're still working on it. It's like I remind people at the end of my videos, when I tell people to go to my website, it's a work in progress, just like I am, just like we all are. I mean that. You are a work in progress. You're going to want to give up sometimes. These first two steps are hard because, one, they're opposite. Two, they're a discovery period. You're discovering these things. You're trying to literally change your mind, the way you think, the way you act. It's hard. You have to grab onto the little victories. For example, just because nobody notices that you stop drinking doesn't mean you shouldn't. Having a group of people or a person around you that understands how hard you're working, well, that's the key. You're not going to be able to do this by yourself. You just can't do these steps by yourself. It's not possible. There are going to be days that you're going to need that hand up, that you're not going to want to move on. Does that make sense? So keep positive. Know that you're trying as hard as you can. You need to recognize you. Don't wait for other people to recognize you because it may never happen. It was a guilty sin of mine a long time ago. I just inadvertently, I was trying to please my family. I didn't realize what I was doing. That almost every action I was doing, I was trying to get them to believe in me again. You know what I realized? They're never going to believe in me. Not by their own standards. But you know what I know? You guys do. Most of the people that are around me now believe in what I'm doing. Truly believe in me. So think about that. And keep positive. Keep on that train. So I hope that you guys understand the importance of filling your house with positive stuff. Replacing the negative with the positive is so vital to growing. I hope that you guys understand why I have a personal policy of not throwing it away, but using it. You know, there's some people out there that believe that you should just get rid of the whole past and don't use any of the rest of it. The thing is, it's always good to remind yourself of what you were so that you know how far you've come. And also so that you know that it's possible for you to fall again. You don't want to go back to that. So the idea being that this is the beginning of a concept of growing. You're really beginning to grow and getting to know yourself and to love yourself. You can't possibly go into the future without liking yourself. You cannot possibly think you're going to be good at anything in the future if you cannot stand the image in the mirror. And I hope that you guys also understand understand you have to keep positive. That you need someone there to always remind you you're doing well, you're doing good. Because it's really difficult. It's really, really difficult. It's difficult to keep positive when no one else knows what you're doing or can't see what you're doing. Especially at first when they do not believe that you're going to ever change. It was very difficult for me. Trust me when I tell you that. So just be proud of yourself and make sure that you believe in your abilities. So be safe when you're traveling from here to there. Be safe when you get there. You never know what happens. You know, this world's crazy, right? Bad things happen all the time, but, well, also good things. So be aware of your surroundings. Be understanding of one another, not just from your perspective, but from theirs. Also understand that you have limits as well, that you can't help another person if you can't help yourself. You can't help another person if you're always giving your money away and now you're broke all the time. And you also don't want to be drawn into another person's emotions to the point where it begins to affect your emotions. Does that make sense? And remember, not everybody knows how to come out of the fog. So don't just let somebody flounder about. Help them out. If you see someone really trying to change and you're able to help them, do the best you can to help them. Remember that life is fleeting. You're not promised your next breath. You're just not. So take now to do the things you know that are going to be beneficial to yourself, to other people. Don't let the sun go down on your anger. If you have problems with somebody, or even yourself, especially yourself, don't go to sleep on it. Resolve it. Get it resolved. Because you're not promised your next breath. You never know when you're going to see the other person. You may not wake up. Remember to go to bipolarized.net and find out who we're about, what we really do here, why it's so important to us to teach other people how to be different, how to be better people. And hit that bell for notifications so that you're updated for more content when we put it up. And until the next video, may the Lord of Light guide you in all things. Goodbye.